Hey beautiful people! Thank you so much for clicking on this video and taking the time to hear Cody's story. I appreciate it so much, and obviously I have just covered my sister's case on my channel up to this point, but I wanted to switch gears today and talk about another missing persons case which is near and dear to my heart, and that is the disappearance of Cody Haynes. Before I get into that, I have to do a shout out to my sister Grace, which I didn't do on the last video, I'm sorry, but every video I do is in honor of my sister Jessie Grace, who went missing from Wenatchee, Washington on June 20th of 2016. She is the force behind me doing any of this and the reason why I get myself in front of a camera. So Grace, this is for you. And I'm going to continue to do videos on Jessie's disappearance. Me and my mom are working on 2018 and 2019 right now. But I'm sure you guys can imagine it's a lot to digest at once. It's just a lot. So I kind of wanted to take a break and cover another missing persons case that I care about. And with this channel, I feel like it is my duty to cover missing persons cases of the families that have helped my family with my sister's disappearance, if that makes sense. So Cody's cousins have helped my family tremendously. At our first missing persons convention here in Wenatchee, his cousin helped my mom set up her booth, and they had a booth for Cody as well. And she also made posters for my mom, ribbons, buttons with my sister's name or face on it. And I feel like it's the least I can do to make a video about these people for them on my platform. I obviously don't have a huge platform, but it seems like all of you guys care so much about my sister's case, and I want to spread that. I want to get more information out about these smaller missing persons cases, and yeah, let's get into it. So, Cody Haynes was born Richard Lee Haynes Jr., but he went by Cody. He was born in Littleton, Colorado on April 16th of 1993. Cody was described as being a very rambunctious child, very bright and creative. He loved to go camping, he loved swimming, he loved playing with Legos, digging, being outside, what most 11-year-old boys like to do. And he was 11 when he went missing. He said when he grew up he wanted to be a police officer, and his cousin Jamie said he had such a determination about him that he could totally make that happen. And he literally had the entire world in front of him. He had 4 sisters. And so living in the house was Richard Haynes Sr. and his live-in girlfriend Marla Harding. And before his disappearance, CPS had been contacted 2 times. So in 2001 and in 2002. And it was on allegations, I'm assuming from the school, on physical abuse, emotional abuse, and neglect. There have been witness statements saying that they would see the Haynes children being forced to stand outside in the winter without any shoes on and very minimal clothing. So no coats or shoes, and being forced to stand outside for hours in the winter time. I'm assuming as punishment for something. So there was a lot of suspicion going on around the Haynes home. So after the CPS complaints, Richard Haynes took his children out of public school and started homeschooling them. And reports say that Cody's sisters were treated so much differently than he was. So one of the neighbors actually said that they didn't even know a boy lived there after he disappeared, and would never see him outside playing with his sisters. The official police report says that Marla and Cody got into a fight the night of September 11th, 2004 over him not wanting to do the dishes. And it's said that Marla made him just sit in the kitchen for 4 hours. He was forced to sit at the kitchen table for 4 hours until eventually being sent to his room at midnight. Clearly Cody was in trouble and sent to his room at midnight, and his sisters were told not to go near his room for any reason. I'm assuming at this point his father was at work, because his father was a tow truck driver, and this is where the story gets really kind of sketchy. And it seems like his father was not there when Cody was being punished for not doing the chore. So Apparently, his father got home at around 2:30 a.m. or around that time and said he was going to go look for car parts. And he drove a radius or around Washington State for 250 miles and did not return until 4 p.m. the next day. And at 6 o'clock, that's when Cody was reported missing or reported as a runaway by his father. So his father, I'm assuming, said he didn't check on him when he got home, and he left at 2:30 a.m. to go look for these car parts around Washington State. So that left an 18-hour window where no adult checked on him in his room. So that means he had no food, no water, and no bathroom break for 18 hours, which is really, really hard to believe that a child wouldn't ask to go use the restroom at the very least, or ask for food. Cody's stuffed animals had been arranged to look like there was a person laying in his bed, and also a bag of clothes was missing from his bedroom, but that bag would later be found in the shed behind the Haynes' home, along with Cody's bike. So the 18-hour thing with Cody not being checked on, obviously, it was enough reason for CPS to take his 4 sisters away from his father and put into foster care. And that was a week after Cody went missing or ran away. Cody's father and Marla became very uncooperative with the police. They lawyered up pretty much right away. They didn't want to talk. They wouldn't allow his sisters to be questioned by the police, which the police found very suspicious, because when a child goes missing, usually the parent wants to do everything to help find that child, obviously. And Richard had said that Cody could have possibly ran away to his mother's house in Florida, and was kind of using that whole runaway story. So after a year of Cody's sisters being in foster care, the police were trying to build a relationship with the girls, talk to them, kind of trying to make them feel comfortable. And Cody's older sister eventually said that the night of September 11th, 2004, Cody was severely beaten. And I'm not sure which sister said it, but one said that they heard a loud thud while he was being beaten, and Marla say, "What are we gonna do now?" With that information, in 2005, the police were able to obtain a search warrant to search the Haynes home in hopes of finding blood on the ground if Cody had been beaten, which they believed he had. And to their surprise, they found that the floorboards had actually been replaced in the Haynes home, and they did not own their home. So the landlord had no knowledge of this, and he did not consent to this at all. And then the car that Richard had taken to go look for car parts had been gotten rid of 2 days after Cody went missing, and I believe it was demolished in some kind of scrapyard. Also, the police confiscated the family computer, and they said that there was a significant discovery found on the computer, but that was in 2005, and there's still no answers, and no one has been arrested in regards to Cody's disappearance. I know people watching at home are probably just as angry as I am, and I was looking into this case because I had known briefly about it, but the more I looked into it, the system failed this little boy. They really did. I mean, how did this happen? To me, it's obvious the dad had something to do with it, as well as Marla. Well, maybe not premeditated, but just taking it too far with the beating that he died, which is incredibly sad to think of. It literally almost brings tears to my eyes just to think about an 11-year-old boy being in that situation and feeling so helpless, and the people that are supposed to take care of him, his parents, failing him on all fronts. Richard Haynes did die in 2018 of tongue cancer, so we may never hear the truth, and Marla Harding is in Colorado. Marla and Richard did get married pretty soon after Cody went missing, but they are now divorced. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I mean, there have been a couple sightings of Cody. Possibly a neighbor said he saw him in the early morning of his disappearance. So I'm assuming September 12th. But let me know what you guys think, because I feel like it's pretty obvious the dad did it, and it's really unfortunate that he never came forward and never felt enough guilt to say what happened to him. If you or anyone you know has information regarding Cody's disappearance, or know maybe what happened to him, I will leave the link in the description box. So please don't hesitate to call, let someone know. It can be 100% anonymous. And I just wanted to end with a poem today called A Song for the Missing. The birds in the trees, the daisies and the bees are all looking for you. The grass and the stars, the back roads and the cars are all looking for you. Can you hear us say your name, or see the search parties that came? Everyone is looking for you. Wishes falling from our eyes, prayers pushing past the skies. We will never stop looking for you. Lindsay Schrod.